relaxed conversations.
Tory, Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this nigga, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everybody believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure, no, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed, this is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe the racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20, 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man, how are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
Ain't nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants to smoke today?
Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Taco Tuesday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land, Truth Nation? Hey, thank you for joining me this Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. And I'm gonna get right into the show today because there's a lot to cover. And I usually don't open up the lines this early. I don't, but only for people that are involved in the church. If you are a pastor or somebody that's involved in the church, I want to hear from you today because I need to understand what does this mean. I just seen a story. Pope Francis approves church blessings for same-sex couples. The Vatican has announced a policy change allowing Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples as long as the blessings are not seen as a marriage. Now, I used to go to church all the time. And, you know, the same-sex ideal in church, it was almost, you know, that was not a thing that to do. When I was taught, this was the teachings that was taught to me. Now, it's 2023, and the Pope, Francis, you know, gives the blessings to the same-sex couples. Now, I just want to know, what does that mean for the church? And I want to know where the church is at on this subject, because I just want to hear it. The church, when I was coming up, it was Adam and Eve. So I just want to know, but let's listen to see what Pope Francis is doing by approving same-sex couples blessings, he says, for same-sex couples. Let's check it out.
And good evening. A big move today for the Catholic Church. The Pope made a historic decision to allow priests to bless same-sex couples.
Julia Fellow now with reaction from parishioners and the LGBTQ community.
To be clear, this allows priests to bless same-sex couples, not to perform same-sex marriage or unions. But it's a huge change from what we saw just a few years ago. In 2021, the Vatican's Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith said flat out that the church could not bless the union of same-sex couples because, quote, God cannot bless sin. Over in the River West neighborhood, we found Father Tim Kitsky, who feels the same way as the Pope, that people seeking the faith should never be blocked from receiving it.
They're seeking a relationship with Jesus, and how could I not support that?
The document from the Vatican's Doctrine Office was part of a letter sent to 2 conservative cardinals. A preliminary response suggests that blessings could be offered under some circumstances, so long as it does not confuse with the ritual of same-sex marriage.
We have many people in our parishes here who are wonderful, who are of different sexual orientations.
One parishioner believes this decision by the Pope is a positive step forward for same-sex couples.
I think it's a good thing. We've got people in the family that will help a lot.
But this parishioner worries it could open the door to other issues.
I'm open to it. It's a challenging question, but then it also brings up the question of divorced couples, and you're still not allowed to do the sacraments.
The executive director of the LGBT Center of Southeast Wisconsin believes this is a step in the right direction, as nearly a quarter of all people who live in the state are Catholic.
I would love the Catholic Church to support gay marriage. And I would love for them to see same-sex couples in the same light as heterosexual couples.
That next step LGBTQ leaders hope for looks far off, as Archbishop Jerome Lostecki sent us a statement that reads in part, quote, the Church's teaching on marriage remains the same, that is between one man and one woman. Reporting in Milwaukee.
Hey, I mean, this is for the people that's going to church, that's Catholic or, a part of the church identity. What do y'all think about this? The Pope is blessing the same sex. I guess, I don't know. They said if they can be blessed if it's not like a marriage idea. But look, I want somebody to call in and try to explain this move. It's the end of 2023. For years, since I've been, out in the church community, this was something that was frowned upon, and I guess they making changes, DJ Brother Z. If you from the church community, if you go to church, if you involved in that, call in 833-212-1017 to try to explain what's happening. I think we got a caller on the lines. James, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Good morning, Brother Tory.
How you doing, Brother James?
All right. As you were saying earlier, it's first and foremost, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And for the gentleman in his comment to say that we don't want to stop anybody from wanting to be blessed by God or receive the blessing of God, to try to bless a same-sex marriage is actually going against the word of God. And so you're asking God to bless somebody else's mess. And it's not going to work. We talk about, like, if you ask a person, like, what days we living in, they would say the last days. Well, I don't know about that, but if I could say anything compared to the Bible, I would say we're headed to the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And you know what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah.
It was, I guess the townships got burnt down.
Yes, because, men were having sex with men, women were having sex with women, and the city was actually filthy. And God frowned down on that. And for a priest, any priest to say, I'm going to bless your union or relationship like that, they're actually being hypocritical. Because for them to bless that and believe that that's truly blessed, they would say the word of God is a lie. And God doesn't work like that. He ordained man for woman and woman for man. So for them to say we bless it as long as you guys, and they're being very hypocritical about that. And anyone that would say against that say anything against that, Tory, they're saying the word of God is a lie, and they're a lie as well.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, as a black person coming up in the black church, I've seen many bishops address this issue of Sodom and Gomorrah. So here we go, 2023. The Pope, who is supposed to be the head priest of the Catholic Church is making this statement of blessing same-sex ideas, and then this sends a ripple effect through the congregation, through not even if you're not a Catholic person, you may have another, religious Christian belief. I understand there's different sections of Christianity, but what I'm saying is, when I hear this, it makes me raise an eyebrow on where the church is at right now in 2023, because a lot of people are questioning what is going on with the church, period, when it comes to same-sex marriage.
Tory, the Bible teaches us to conform the world to the church and not the church to the world. And it seems that for some reason, whether it's financial or whatever it may be, it seems as if the churches are selling out now to the world for whatever reason that may be.
Wow. And I'm watching it. We are watching it and seeing what's going on. And the Catholic Church has so many lawsuits when it comes to sexual abuse.
Yes.
As well. So I'm not seeing that being properly addressed either. And they've been settling lawsuits of years of people who have claimed to be sexual abused, Brother James. So, hey, I'm trying to figure out where we at right now, and do y'all agree with this? And I'm talking to my people that is involved in the church. I need y'all to tap in today. The big statement the Pope made, the Vatican. Are you down with it? 833-212-1017. I usually don't open up the lines, but it's only for people, only for the church people now. I don't need Truth Nation. I need y'all to wait till 2 o'clock. I need people that's operating in the church to call in. Okay? Make DJ Brothers E, when you screen the calls, make sure they go to church. They can't call in till 2 o'clock. If you ain't in church, if you're not a member of a church, don't call in, because I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to hear what you believe, biblically. Okay, Thomas, you on the new 1017 The Truth, tap in.
Yeah, it's real simple. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Brother Thomas.
Oh, it's real simple. It's called, I'm going to use the word Minister Farrakhan uses, deceptive intelligence. Something that's wrong and you try to make it fair seeming. Real simple.
So you saying that, and why is the Pope sending this message at a time where the Catholic Church is caught up in scandals of molestation of these kids? I'm just trying to weigh this out and see what's going on. Brother Thomas.
Deceptive intelligence. That's what he's doing.
Okay.
To make something that's wrong fair seeming.
Hey, all right. Hey, look, it's one of those things where, like, when I see news headlines like this, I need to know where the church at. I mean, we talk about politics. We talk about celebrities. We talk about sports. I guess it's the church time to speak up. It's y'all. Look, today y'all day. If y'all down with this, I mean, maybe they got rainbow flags in the church. I don't know. I'm interested. I want to know. It's 2023. I'm seeing a lot of things take place, and now the Pope is saying that they're blessing same-sex ideas, and I want to hear from the church. Where are we with this whole thing? Look, when we come back, we got some people on the lines. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's Dr. Ken Harris, and you can watch me now live on YouTube every weekday from 4 to 6 p.m., and you can watch the best radio show in Wisconsin by going to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Watch me explore the issues which are shaping our community while also having fun discussions, pop culture, current events, all kind of stuff going on right here on YouTube right now by subscribing to 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube. Are you an older adult or an adult with a disability who makes too much for Medicaid benefits? Well, there's good news. You may qualify for $7,200 to help pay for short-term or continuous in-home services through the new Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. If you qualify, it can help you pay for things like specialized medical equipment, home modifications, personal care, and other services that improve your quality of life. So do yourself a favor. Don't leave this opportunity on the table. You deserve to live life to the fullest. Find out if you qualify right away by visiting county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Again, that's county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP, or call 414-289-6874. That's 414-289-6874. Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. Live your life to the fullest.
Hey Truth fans, it's Dee Kemp, Vice President of Programs for Axe Housing. I am so excited to give you some information about how we can help you and your family reach the dream of owning your own home. At Axe Housing, we know you may be struggling to buy your own home due to financial strain, or maybe you don't even know how to get started on the path to home ownership. This is where Axe Housing can help. We will provide you with your own home buying coaching team who will help you with the entire home buying process from start to finish. That includes the home search, the loan process, and the big closing day on your dream home. Why rent when you can own? Here at Axe Housing, we help prepare families for successful home ownership. Stop paying rent and start building wealth. Reach out to our Axe Housing team today because we believe in you and we know home ownership can be within your reach. Visit us today at axehousing.org to get started. That's ACTShousing.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Everybody ain't your partner.
Why the f*** these niggas wanna go against the grain? Yeah. Why the f*** these niggas wanna drag it in the name? True story. I know some niggas who hurt me, they hurt me. A couple bitches who hurt me, they hurt me. The jury don't want me to make it. The DA, I know that he working. Oh, he working. Prosecutors wanna help me. What? I'm hoping they don't do me dirty. It's 40, I got the 30. Shoot on go, he shoot perfect.
I keep 100 on me.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, we've been talking about this. Pope Francis approves church blessings for same-sex couples. I'm asking my church people, you know, to call in, the pastors, the members. You know, I want to know how y'all feel about this announcement. And I want the truth. I want to know where we at in 2023. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got Miss Rose on the lines. Miss Rose.
Hi.
How you doing, Miss Rose?
Hi. You know, I was doing fine, but the guys that answers shouldn't go into personal business. I'm involved in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So whether I go to church or not is my personal business. You don't ask people those type of things.
What are you talking about? What are you? No, what I'm saying. Hold on, Miss Rose. I'm saying this is the church people time to react.
I belong to a Catholic church.
Okay.
I'm involved.
Okay.
But I just don't like the way he asked what I do on my personal level.
Oh, okay.
He should have. He should have said, "Are you involved in the church? Fine, but don't go ask and get it all down in personality." Like
trying to grab personal information.
Miss Rose, I asked you if you go to church. Don't do that.
Now,
I told him to ask to see if y'all go to church to call in because I don't want. Hold on. Well, listen. Hold on, Miss Rose. Hold on, Miss Rose. This is the Tory Lowe show. First of all, Miss Rose, and what I'm saying is, I want people from the church to respond to this.
I'm from the church and I'm responding.
Okay, yeah. So what's your response?
My response is, it's like, first you have to understand, marriage is between the Lord and the people, not between the people who are the third party for material things. Common law exists. Mm-hmm. That means that you're married, but you don't have the materialistic people think. No, he did not say they bless marriages. They bless couples as people and human beings being together. And there's a big difference. Sometimes
so explain. Give me a scenario. Huh? Give me a scenario of blessing same-sex couples through the Catholic Church.
Okay, it's like when you bless families, when you bless so that
like if they come up for prayer.
When you bless animals. Pardon?
So saying like let's say they're having a prayer and a same-sex couple, you saying that they can come up and get prayer?
They're human beings. The families get prayer.
Right.
Animals get prayer.
Okay, so
it's not saying you're married, that you're doing a sacrament. Mm-hmm. It's not a sacrament. That's the difference. See, if you knew the rules, the laws of the church, sacrament is one thing. A blessing is something everybody can get. When an animal can get it, then a human being can get it, and nobody questions it.
Because at first they said that they couldn't do it. See, I'm going off of what they were saying.
No. They said they didn't say they couldn't bless them.
No, I'm talking about like years ago. They said that was
marry them.
Yeah, unacceptable to have the same sex. Yeah,
there's a difference. And see, sometimes people don't use communication, don't understand terminologies. Mm-hmm. They combine everything as one. That's why we have a problem in our society. Mm-hmm. All these saying is that they're blessing that these two people are human beings. And whether they're friends, relatives, or whatever.
Okay.
And that they're blessing that things go okay with him as a human being. They're not saying the sacrament of marriage that's down here on earth. They're talking about being friends, relatives, or whatever the case might be.
Okay.
And see, we get so screwed up with terms that we don't separate things correctly. I have no problem with blessing people. If you can bless animals, if you can bless crickets, and the trees and everything else, you can bless two human beings. Just so happen whether the same sex or not the same sex. If you can bless brothers, you can bless sisters.
I'll say this: if people want to get prayer, I don't have to know what your sexual orientation is to pray for you.
Basically, that's true. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. Mm-hmm. The thing is, we sometimes get so judgmental on things. What the two people do under the Lord is their business. I don't really care what they do.
Right, but that's exactly what I was saying. If two people walk up to me, I don't know what they are doing. And if they want prayer, I'll pray for anybody. You know what I mean? So why is it important to bring up the idea of same sex then?
So there's no difference, really.
Well, why did he bring it up?
Pardon? Because people are combining a prayer for two people of the same sex with the sacrament of marriage under the law. Basically, that's what it all comes down to.
Okay.
I don't even give it. And with common law, you have common law marriage, so basically, it's no different.
Okay. And that's what I was saying. Like, they brought it up. Same sex. They could look. Let me tell you, if it's a room full of people together, I don't know what they're doing. I don't care. If people want to get prayer, people get prayer all the time. But when you make it specific to same sex, then now you pointing out that these people are same sex or their sexual orientation. You're pointing that out. You're making it a big deal because you said it. That's all I'm saying. Let's stay on the lines. Wendell, you on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
You know, I am amazed. Why bother? Christianity clearly has a rule book that we can all buy a copy and read. It amazes me when some people just I'm going to grab that rule book and treat it like a buffet restaurant where I got some pieces I like and some I don't. So I'm just going to ignore those rules. So I don't get, why would you bother? Why would you bother calling yourself a Christian and you don't want to go by the rules? When you can read the rules. That don't make no sense. Why even go over there?
I just don't understand, why do people bring up the sex, the gender idea if everybody's human? Like, I believe...
Because they want that to be part of it.
Right. So I don't know what nobody's doing. If I'm in a room full of people, like I said, if people come up and they need help, it doesn't matter. They need help. But if you start to make it more specific on their sexual orientation and making that an issue, then that becomes the topic of the conversation. Of the conversation.
Of course it does. Because you know why you would do that? Because you want that approved of while you do it, even though you know it's in the rules not to. That is just blatant. Yeah, I want you to approve of my stuff, which is in your rule book saying not to. And if you got a guy in the head office, or one of those head offices if you're Catholic, who apparently act like he can't read, just deciding to make up the rules, I guess, and then splitting hairs like, oh, but not if you married, though. I mean, he just did the buffet thing. He just buffet his way through that. I want that on the plate. That's okay. That's okay. I don't want that over there. Stupid. Why bother?
I agree. Like, if we have to narrow it down to LGBTQ or they point this out, I don't think nobody really care who needs to be prayed for or blessed or whatever. But when you make it a deal, when you say this, we got to react to it because now it becomes the topic. Hey, Truth Nation. Hey, look, and I'm telling you, this is one of the things where it's at the end of 2023 and I got to raise my eyebrow because nobody in 2023 cares about what people are doing with their lives. Unless you're something radical, right? But when you make it the topic of your speech, then people start scratching their heads. Okay, what's going on? Is this an agenda? They start bringing up those type of topics.
Like when you make it like your personality or like all about you, like it's all you are.
Right, because I don't care what you're doing in your private life. But if you bring your private life and you try to put it in my face, I'm going to say something about it. When you say same sex in church, then, I'm asking the Christian brothers, what is this and what they think about it. Plus, I don't see how the Catholic Church is actually in a position to really talk about moral ideas when they getting sued for sexual abuse. A lot of people are coming forward claiming sexual abuse against the Catholic Church. I got a story right now in Sacramento. The Catholic Church in Sacramento is seeking bankruptcy to protect them over 250 lawsuits claiming sexual abuse. So I'm trying to figure out where this is all at. Hey, look, we're going to run the break. I want to take these calls, but I got to run the break, Truth Nation. When we come back, we're supposed to have a pop culture report. But we might have to continue this on the other side, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you ready to embrace the fall-winter season in style? Visit Designs by C. Marie, your premier apparel production and custom design company. They offer a wide range of services to cater to your needs. From embroidery to full-color dye with the highest quality designs. Designs by C. Marie provides keepsakes for both business and personal use. From memorable gifts to promotional items, they've got you covered. Visit designsbycmarie.com for convenient shipping and local delivery options. Designs by C. Marie. Dress fashionably this season.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them. And that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
The summer of 2023 will not soon be forgotten as the impact of climate change blanketed our city, literally. Canadian wildfire smoke gave Milwaukee some of the worst air quality in the nation, if not the world. Also, these impacts, because of climate change, showed us that there's yet another disparity for us to be concerned about. African Americans are much more likely to have respiratory illnesses, and black children are much more likely to have asthma. In fact, the Office of Emergency Management data shows a disproportionate amount of calls for respiratory issues because of that wildfire smoke, at 54.8% have been from African Americans. African Americans have higher rates of pre-existing health conditions that would be exacerbated by the particulate matter in that wildfire smoke that we know was caused from lightning and extreme drought conditions to our neighbor to the north in Canada. Black children are much more likely to have asthma than kids of any other races in America, and much more likely to live near polluting plants and in rental housing with mold and other triggers because of the racist housing policies in the nation's past. Their asthma is often more severe and less likely to be controlled because of poor medical care and the mistrust of doctors. Just when we thought we had all the disparities we could shake a stick at, here we go again with Canadian wildfire smoke as an extension of climate change negatively impacting African Americans. Climate change is a global issue. It is a national issue. It's a local issue. Admittedly, the black policy struggle for equality has not focused on climate change, but if the summer of 2023 has showed us anything, now it certainly should be.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Look, have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on me, have mercy on my soul. Don't let my heart turn cold. Have mercy on many men. Many men wish they upon me. Yeah, I don't cry no more. I don't look to the sky no more. Cause I got it on me. I got it on me. I got it on me. You can run up if you want. What you talking about?
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. We've been talking about Pope Francis formally approved letting Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. The Vatican announced Monday a radical shift in policy that aimed at making the church more inclusive while maintaining its strict ban on gay marriage. So they not for the marrying, but they'll bless the couple. I want to know. I've been asking for the churchgoers to weigh in. I'm loving hearing all the different sides on this. This subject is so strong that we don't even have a pop culture report. I guess this going into the pop culture report, Truth Nation. But we gonna head to the lines. Al, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
I'm gonna be honest with you. All religions is built on bull, sugar, honey, iced tea. Every last one of them religions got secrets. So why are they taking this thing and run with it? In every religion, somebody's child been molested. In every religion, the wife or father seen their kids get beat, and they still stay with their sucking no good animal. Some of these people live by this religion, and some are the biggest backsliding, Bible thumping, cherry picking hypocrites that grace this earth. The moral of the story is when it's said and done, y'all all got to wash your hands after you do number 2. So just let people live and stay out of everybody's business. If you don't got no business, find you some business or go buy you a toy or something. This is why we are in this stuff, because everybody want to pick and choose. But if you pull their pants, their drawers, and their panties down, you're going to see STDs, abortions, infidelities, lies, incest, inbreeding, and all that stuff. And some people ain't going to find out till death that the brother is actually the daddy, the granddaddy was the side trick, the mama was sleeping with the young boy on the other side the whole time.
Wow.
Religion is nothing but garbage to divide people. And everybody gonna sit there up in church and act like they ain't did nothing wrong. And somebody else's husband or wife just taste them on their anniversary. But they'll never admit it. Have a great day. If God don't do it, it won't get done.
Oh, wow. We go stay on the lines. 833-212-1017. Talk to text. 833-212-1017. Uncle Billy, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey, Corey.
How you doing, Uncle Billy?
What's going on? I'm good, Tory. This is Uncle Billy for all of us in Milwaukee. Listen, Tory, my Bible says that strange sex and homosexuality is an abomination to God. God said it. I believe it. That settles it. That I yield the floor.
Why do you think that the Pope feels like he have to cater to the idea of same sex, even though they don't believe in marriage? I'm interested. I mean, why do you even have to say this? Why don't he just say everybody is blessed in our church? We don't care where you come from. We blessing everybody. He could have said that. But when you trigger the ideal of same sex, I think that the church, people that's involved in church, I think that they need to weigh in on this, because I need to see where y'all at with this, because a lot of people are saying, where's the church with what the Pope is saying? 833-212-1017. Talk to text. 833-212-1017. Raymond, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Thanks for taking my call.
Bless brother Raymond.
One of your earlier callers mentioned Sodom and Gomorrah, and he was right on point with that, because they were deep into abomination. In fact, they wanted to get it on with 2 angels. And so that is the reason that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, because of the abomination that they were involved in. Now, as far as the Pope talking about blessing same-sex marriage and same-sex couples, it's probably because the Catholic Church have been molesting little boys for years. And maybe the Pope himself was probably molested as a child. And this is why these people think that this is normal, but it's not normal. It is abnormal. And Christians are not trying to get into everyone's bedroom and into their business. It is the same-sex people that's trying to push their lifestyle on us. If they would keep it in the closet, everything would be cool. That's their business. But don't paint the street the rainbow color and then try to make everybody accept it. In fact, they stole the rainbow idea from God himself. God put the rainbow in the sky after every time it rains. That ain't got nothing to do with abomination. So this same-sex blessing couples and stuff, the Catholic Church is being very hypocritical, and that's what they are. And I believe A lot of these people were molested as children right there, probably in the church. So I think it's wrong, and I don't agree with it.
All right, Brother Raymond, thank you for tapping in. Marcus Allen, you're on the new 101.7 The Truth. Tap in.
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
How you doing, Brother Marcus?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. I want to just read a few scriptures, say like 3 points, and then keep it moving. I know there's probably a lot of people on the line. And I like the show, and I just want to say appreciate y'all having the show and everything. So the first one is Leviticus 18:22. You should not lie with a male as one lies with a female. It is an abomination. That's from the NASB 95 version. The second one is Romans 1. And I can't give you the entire context because I don't have time, but it says, for this reason, God gave them over to degrading passions, for their women exchanged the natural function for that which is unnatural. And in the same way, also the men abandoned the natural function of the woman and burning their desire toward one another. Men with men committing indecent acts and receiving in their own persons the due penalty of their error. And so those two scriptures are two of others, and there are many other ones that show that the Bible teaching on homosexuality is that it's sin. Now, so that's the one point. The other point, real quick, is that and as far as the Catholic Church, so the Catholic Church isn't necessarily the true Christian church. There's the difference. If there's something called the Christendom and Christianity, and we can't get into it, but there's a long history of people doing things in the name of Christianity, like slaveholders. And if you know anything about Frederick Douglass's narrative, he talks in his narrative, he talks about the difference between what he calls Christianity proper and true Christianity. So we have to differentiate. So this isn't what we're seeing with the Catholic Church. That's not the church. That's not the true church. The true church is clean and holy and pure and loving. And so like the things going on with the children and molestation and things like that, that's not true Christianity. So you always have to draw that line between people who are professing Christians and people who are true Christians. And so and in terms of the blessing versus blessing the couple versus blessing marriage, that's a slippery slope. And the Bible says abstain from the appearance of evil, so it looks evil. So then the last point is it's a narrow way, and I won't read that one, but when you're seeing something that looks like they're blessing same-sex marriage, and let me say this, digress real quick. Too many people in the name of Christianity have been very unloving to the LGBTQ community. And even though it's abomination, even though it's sin, and whatever, there's so much love. There are a lot of hurt people on that side, man. And I think we're losing. The reality is, man, people need to be brought in, but we can't bring them in without holding to what we believe. Get what I mean? And I feel like that's what's being lost in this larger conversation. It's kind of like the gentleman was just saying, there have been things done in childhood. There has been, Alice is how he is, but it's a lot of hurt people out there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know what I mean? And so as Christians, we need to do better at making sure we bring people in and love them, but also because you can't get help if you're not told what the Bible says and not put hurt in the process. So I'll just stop right there, man. I just want to come in and say those things and keep it moving.
All right. I appreciate you for tapping in, Brother Mark. Look, I asked for the church, the clergy, the members, the pastors, the preachers to call in and talk about this, what the Pope have done or what the Pope have said. And I appreciate y'all. I mean, I'm going to let y'all say what y'all have to say. I mean, this has something to do with how y'all getting down out here. Hey, look, when we come back, we got more calls on the line. We got Eddie on the lines. We're going to see what Eddie got to say. I don't even know if Eddie go to church. But he did say he was part of the Catholic Church, so we're going to see what Eddie got to say. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Dr. Ken Harris here, and I'm excited about the Truth partnership with Versity. There is a serious need for blood donations in the Black community, and Versity wants to bring awareness to this because it's their mission to improve patient outcomes, advance the field of personalized medicine, and strengthen the health of communities everywhere. This is why you should tune in every month when a representative from Versity joins The Truth to share about what they're doing to make a difference in our community.
Are you an older adult or an adult with disability who makes too much for Medicaid benefits? Well, good news. You may qualify for $7,200 to help pay for short-term or continuous in-home services through the new Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports pilot program. If you qualify, it can help pay for things like specialized medical equipment, home modifications, personal care, and other services that improve your quality of life. Do yourself a favor and don't leave this opportunity on the table. You deserve to live life to the fullest. Find out if you qualify right away by visiting county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Again, that's county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Or call 414-289-6874. Again, that's 414-289-6874. Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. Live your life to the fullest. When it comes to getting the smile of your dreams, you can't just trust anyone. So look no further than Bubon Orthodontics. Bubon Orthodontics is Wisconsin's #1 Invisalign provider and has been providing the best value for braces and Invisalign since 1993. With 15 convenient locations, you're sure to find one in your area. Schedule your free consultation today. Call or text 262-522-7447 or visit bubonortho.com. Bubon Orthodontics, a family treating families.
For the brave men and women of our United States military, it's been said, some gave all, but all gave some. Here at Tayback Law, we honor these sacrifices by working to ensure veterans receive the benefits they're entitled to. I'm Jim Brzezinski, partner and VA-accredited representative at Tayback Law. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied or feel that your condition was not properly evaluated by the VA, visit TaybackAttorneys.com to set up a free evaluation. At Tayback Law, we fight for those who fought for us. Contact Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Now tell me who on the with us. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And let your brain tank snitches. All the people with riches who carry up in they hosiery. A black telling when my father
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. I guess people are tapping in when it comes to the Pope and his comments of blessing same-sex couples, but there's still a ban on the marriage. And I've been asking for the church clergy to call in the members, the minister, even the usher. If you're an usher, tap in. I want to know. How do you feel about these announcements? 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Eddie, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Eddie? How you doing today?
Hey,
Sorry.
Eddie, you a Catholic church member, or you were a Catholic church member?
Yeah, let me explain this because I had to explain. First of all, the callers today have been excellent. It might be the best one or two shows where the callers add in and they make sense and they're, everything is going great with the show. This might be one of the best one or two shows I've ever heard. The callers are excellent today.
Hey, it is what it is.
I'm going to explain how Catholic my family is. We're a 1% Catholic family. We've got 3 nuns in my family, I think under the age of certainly 60. I have a pope in my family. One of the popes, of course, he was considered the bastard pope in my family.
Oh, wow.
And my family's ridiculously Catholic. Like, my brothers would not be intimate with their wives until after they were married. Of course, that's not the case with me, Tory. But I gave up on the church because I saw the hypocrisy of it. I love the act of Catholicism. I love midnight mass and watching the kids get a kick out of it. I love Ash Wednesday and the smell of the burning ash. I love the stained glass. I like kind of the holidays and all the circumstance to it, you know. But we're lying to ourselves as Catholics to say nothing is going on in this church and we shouldn't be bothered. I can't even go to church anymore, Neil, because I know the reality of what's really going on. These child molestation cases, these accusations, aren't a one-off. It's not happening every once in a while. It seems to be a staple of the church that this is going on, and it's always the same. It's not Father, I'm just going to throw a name out there, Father Smith. It's not Father Smith with a girl. It's Father Smith with a boy. These homosexuals are going into the church as a cover for a couple of reasons. They can't deal with the fact they're homosexuals, which I give them points for. They're trying to fight it. I get that. Like, not that I have to fight it, but I get not wanting to live that lifestyle. I don't understand the lifestyle at all, okay? But, Tory, the fact of the matter is we're living a lie as Catholics to think that there isn't deviant malfeasance going on, and not just our archdiocese. Archdiocese all over America. I've studied it. I've been in the middle of it. But listen, I'm an inch away from getting kicked out of the archdiocese. But I have to do what I do, and I have to say what I say. If I don't, I'm a party to the crime. Okay? I can't believe a lot of my Catholic friends who are married and they have beautiful kids and they live in Whitefish Bay and they do all the right things and sending their kids to Catholic schools. But when I confront them and ask them to get on board and start asking the archdiocese questions about how all this could be happening every day, all the time, you know, they won't do it. They won't do it. They're doing what it takes to look good as a Catholic. Keep your nose down. Don't say anything. Don't make too much trouble. And then when a priest is doing whatever he does to a young 12-year-old boy, we're just supposed to turn our heads the other way and act like it's not going on. I'm disgusted by it. Just disgusted.
Wow.
Another thing I want to say is, what's the point? And a lot of the callers hit on this. We had excellent callers today. What's the point of having a spiritual belief if we're just going to, manipulate the beliefs of the church? My grandmother, who was an excellent woman, was constantly on the phone with Herb Kohl and Russ Feingold, arguing about school choice and abortion rights. She would have made an excellent congresswoman, okay? She was upset about Vatican II, and they were upset. Her and her gray-haired housewife friends were upset that we didn't have to eat fish on Fridays, only during Lent. I mean, that upset them, that in the middle of November they could eat meat on Fridays. They were like, what kind of church is this? Now we're accepting abortion, homosexuality. I don't know what this pope is up to, but I want my pope to be full of fire and brimstone and tell me I'm going to hell, okay? I don't want a user-friendly pope. I don't want a user-friendly pope. I want somebody who's going to be on my butt. Look at football coaches who are on their players' butts, or football coaches who go, come here, buddy. I know you missed that tackle, but you'll do better the next time. What really works? What really works in reality, Tory? The Catholic Church is going straight to hell with these new policies. What is the point of being a Catholic if anything goes? What's the point, Tory? What is the point?
Hey, good question. Hey, this is why I say, we got to have these conversations. And many times, as a person that came up in a church where children had been molested, and when I went off to college and I came back home, they told me some kids had been touched by ministers and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, what's going on? When I started digging deep, they was trying to hide the information in the churches. They didn't want to tell what was happening.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's tragic. That's sad. But I said,
and the sad thing about it is when I bring this, do I have 1 second here?
Go right ahead. 1 second.
Okay, when I brought this stuff up at the Archdiocese, sitting across the table from clergy saying, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this money is blood money, and you're accepting these abortions, and these girls are having white weddings after abortions, and premarital sex, and having trains run. Where is the credibility and the veracity of this church, Tory? And their attitude is, you're the problem, because we're going to try to shut you up because we're getting away with it with everybody else. So it's easier to shut you up than it is to deal with the reality of what's going on.
Oh, wow.
That's what I was basically told. That's what I was told.
Poor Eddie.
That's what I was told. I was crushed. I was crushed. Okay,
well,
dude.
Thank you
I'm
for
gonna let you
chiming
go.
in, Eddie. Hey, look. I just wanted the people, the clergy, the church clergy, people that were involved in church to chime in on the conversation. But look, when we come back at the 2 o'clock hour, I got a question for Truth Nation. We're going to open up the lines. We still got Rhonda on the lines, and we got Miss Shaq on the lines. We may continue this conversation at 2.
Hey, we may have to.
We may have to continue the conversation, but I got other things that we have to talk about as well. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by American Family Insurance. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
That's why I applaud you and your show, man, and speaking the truth to some of these people that need the truth.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017.
You're on the new 1017 The Truth. How you doing, Maurice?
I'm doing very well, brother. I appreciate you having me on your show, man. And I appreciate the show itself.
Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Tune into the new 1017 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'll be joined by Ashley Lucas, VP and Business Lending Product Manager at Associated Bank, where we'll discuss the advantages of your business, setting up a checking account, and share tips on how to select the right bank for you and your business. Again, that's the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth.
Did you know that every year, public school teachers spend nearly $500 of their own money for student supplies? At Donors Choose, we want students and teachers to have the tools they need for a great education. And now, more than ever, they need your help. Go to DonorsChoose.org and choose from teachers' requests that support reading, math, science, music, and more. Learn more at DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose. Support a classroom. Build a future.
As a combat wounded veteran, I know how hard it is to come home and build a meaningful life. I'm LaToya Lucas, and I'm a veteran. When I was in Iraq, our vehicle was hit. A rocket-propelled grenade exploded right under my seat. Traumatic brain injury, a fractured pelvis, severe burns. They didn't think I was going to make it. I had to learn to live with the scars, both visible and invisible.
DAV helps veterans like LaToya get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
With DAV on my side, I was able to pursue my dreams. If my story can touch a heart, it can change a life. My victory is overcoming my wounds so I can help other veterans.
LaToya Lucas, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Reuben Hopkins, CEO of the Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce, and he will highlight their upcoming Black and Diverse Business Showcase on Friday, December 8th, and discuss how your business can get access to capital, which can result in overall growth for your business. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. In a move to make the Catholic Church more inclusive, Pope Francis announced Monday the approval to let Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. The announcement comes with scrutiny from both sides, as in 2021 a Vatican document stated the Church could not bless same-sex unions as, quote, God cannot bless sin, and this type of union promotes an exhaustive moral analysis. On the other side, same-sex advocates state this decision echoes a sense of inferiority in comparison to heterosexual unions. The blessing is said to be a general one for anyone seeking God's help and not a blessing of marriage. Opinions from local priests have varied, as many encompass a wide spectrum from conservative traditional to liberal progressive views. In a double whammy, actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty of assault and harassment and dropped from Marvel Universe. The verdict was issued by a Manhattan jury on Monday against a 34-year-old actor. He was convicted of assault and harassment against his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari in an altercation that took place in March of this year. According to USA Today, it was confirmed that Marvel Studios and Walt Disney Studios would be removing the actor from the franchise. Majors was slotted to play Kang the Conqueror in several TV shows and movies in Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Disney has not confirmed on what they intend to do with this character. Majors will be sentenced on February 6 of 2024. After weeks of seismic activity and evacuations, a volcano in Iceland has finally erupted. The Grindavik volcano erupted Monday as a state of emergency was declared. The eruption reached about 300 feet in the air, which reached a 2.5 fissure that spread lava throughout the surrounding towns. Warning signs like an increase of earthquakes have been occurring since the beginning of November, in which the country evacuated about 4,000 people from the area. Local authorities are still monitoring the event and other further eruptions. There have been no reports of injuries or deaths. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tory Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this nigga. I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the pastor. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth and the Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. And sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show this Tuesday, December 19th, 2023. And the lines went crazy. Truth Nation tapping in on the Pope's approval of blessings for same-sex couples, but there's still a ban on the marriage idea. But Truth Nation been calling in. Also, I wanted to talk about what was going on in Sacramento. The Diocese of Sacramento, which is a Catholic church, will seek Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after more than 250 lawsuits claiming sexual abuse by clergy and other staff. Bishop Jamie Soto, this happened, she said this, they said this on Saturday. Soto said that the diocese intends to seek Chapter 11 protection by March 2024. Can you imagine having so many sexual abuse lawsuits that you got to file for bankruptcy? Let's listen to see what's going on in Sacramento.
The Diocese of Sacramento planning to declare bankruptcy after hundreds of lawsuits over alleged sexual abuse. Thanks for joining us for the CBS 13 News at 5. I'm Tony Lopez.
And I'm Marley Ginter. Now, the diocese says this is the only option left to pay out settlements to those survivors. CBS 13's Madison Keevy is getting answers for us on this legal move. And Madison, what does this mean for the diocese?
Well, Marley, this is considered Chapter 11 bankruptcy, also known as a reorganization, and it's a way for the church to avoid 250 individual trials, which could get expensive. The church says it's the only way to pay, but a survivor says it's just another move to avoid transparency.
Even now, talking about it's tough.
Michael Thomas sat down with media on Monday to tell his story. A story about being a survivor of abuse, he alleges, happened within the Catholic Diocese of Sacramento.
I was in 7th grade at Holy Family School when it started.
The impacts of the sexual abuse, he
grade.
says, at the hands of a priest, Vito Mistretta, listed on the diocese's own website as abusing 4 boys, according to victim reporting. 3 were minors.
I grow a little, one step forward, one step back, horrible night terrors. The night terrors are sometimes better, sometimes worse.
Thomas says he felt re-victimized when he found out the diocese would file for bankruptcy. An announcement made by Bishop Jamie Soto, who was unavailable for an on-camera interview Monday, but shared a statement that said in part, quote, "I must continue to atone for the horrible sin of clergy sexual abuse, the sickening evil that was perpetrated upon innocent children, and the failure of church leadership to address it appropriately. Schools and parishes," the diocese online FAQ says, operate independently, which means they'll be, quote, largely unaffected by bankruptcy. Other reporting of diocese.
All right, like I said, here we go. I mean, and y'all know what happened with Diddy. Y'all see, the thing is, while all this stuff going on with Diddy and Jonathan Majors and all of these black faces being popped up in the mainstream media talking about every day, all day, you telling me you gonna overlook 250 people alleging sexual abuse by clergy, from the church? Very little news about this, very little headlines about this. We don't even know who the people who have done this. That's a lot of people. 250 lawsuits? Tell me who the person that did the majority of these sexual abuse. But we know who Puff Daddy is. I mean, all of them should go to jail. I'm just saying. That's why I'm happy I got a show. Because while y'all looking the other way at all of the stuff that's going on with Diddy and these other people that's celebrities, this is going on in the Catholic Church, 150 lawsuits. And they trying to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. They're trying to do it by March 2024. But yet we see no face. Who's the face of this? Who they surviving? The Catholic Church? What priest did this? Where are the documentaries about these men? I'm interested. We're going to head to the lines. If you want to chime in on the show today, 833-212-1017, or hit the talk to text lines, 833-212-1017. Miss Shat, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Good afternoon, King.
Hey,
Namaste
how you doing, Miss Shay?
to you, and I'm wonderful. I'm eating some daddy's dinner, but this
What do you
is
mean by
very
that?
interesting. In daddy's dinner, you know, daddy's on 27th.
Right, the soul food place.
Yeah, I got me some, something to eat here. Some lasagna, some ribs, some cabbage, and some lemon.
That's what's up.
Salute
to daddies.
Yes. Yeah. But this is such a complicated subject. That's why it's so provocative. And my comment to this, as far as my parents sent me to a Catholic school, in my primary years. And then by 13, till now I've been studying different religions. And I've come to understand that there's religion, there's man's organized religion, and then there's spirituality. As above, so below. As within, so without. Spirituality is all about going within. We don't need to go with outside of who you are and what you are to find spirituality. Okay, maybe Eddie needs another man to organize his faith and his spirituality. But as far as what I've observed, what I've learned, and what I've studied, the original concept of spirituality is within. And that's what Ma'at teaches us, to go within and let spirituality, and because we all have the Spirit of God within us. We don't need another man's religion or organized expression of religion to balance us. We need to go within, and we will find all the spiritual significance and purpose and reasoning that we need. This subject is so complicated because it's man's version. Please understand, man cannot get you to heaven. Okay, and where we are with all this religion and all of this personification of religion, because if you see it, all of it, they embody it into a person that looks familiar to them, that looks like them, and that right there is effed up. So we really need to start thinking of our own. Even Scripture says, study to show yourself approved so that you are not deceived by other men. So if you are deceived, that's your fault. Because you're supposed to do the homework for yourself. Study for yourself.
Hey.
That's my comment. Thank you.
Hey, look, I mean, this is always true. Knowledge is power. So when you have the knowledge, you're not so easily manipulated. And I always tell people, no matter what happened, no matter what time you were born, no matter where you at in life, in history, you always have the ability to do research and just, go down some of these tunnels and see where the root of the idea started. That's always something we could do, especially with these phones in our hands. You can go down and search anything and try to figure it out. And I'll tell you this, I'm starting to see that in 2023, what was happening when I was younger is like almost flipped. Like everything has flipped. Like what was bad when I was coming up is good now. And what was good is bad. So where are we with these ideas? That's why I wanted the church people to call in when we talk about what's going on in the churches. Because here we go. They always coming out during election time. And to tell you the truth, that's the only time I see the church out in the street. We was at a vigil the other day. Didn't no church people show up. Ain't nobody really showing up to a lot of the real issues going on in the neighborhoods. They just sitting back watching it on TV. Getting the information after the fact. And when we talk about being proactive instead of reactive, there's very few proactive ideas that I see. And many times we lean on the political ideas to try to, navigate us through what needs to be done. And if that's mismanaged, then we are mismanaged. And right now, we don't have leadership like that we can actually get us proactive because they all are mismanaging. There's a lot of mismanagement going on. That's why I say the people got to get back to being concerned about the people in the neighborhoods. The people got to get back to business, standing on business. Because right now, we're seeing a whole bunch of things that we may not agree with, and we notice, we have conversations about it, we talk about it, we discuss it, but we're not going out into the neighborhoods to try to change it. That's what I see the problem is. And people say, oh, people don't know. I say they do know. They're just not doing nothing about it. Matter of fact, if y'all got these phones in y'all hands and y'all scrolling on social media and we get to see everything that's going on, sometimes I see things that I don't want to see when I'm online. But I'll tell you this, if you don't know what's happening out here in 2023, it's a choice. It's a choice. If you're waiting for somebody to come deliver you the information without you doing no research or looking into it yourself or rolling up your sleeves and getting involved, that's a choice. That's a choice. And I think that we have to make better choices when it comes to how we getting down, especially amongst the black community. We got to stop looking for one person to come and save the day. We got to start chipping in. Everybody do a little so nobody have to do a lot. Hey, look, when we come back, we got another story that we got to talk about. The president of Ukraine is back, heading up Washington, D.C., trying to get some more funding. Vladimir Zelensky, he trying to come through and talk to Congress for some more money. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it is the effective communication coach, Denise Thomas from Truth Be Told with DT and Telly. Look, y'all, I got to let you know that the best morning show on planet Earth is now streaming live on YouTube every weekday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, Truth Telling Hits with Telly and Truth Swiping are coming at you live and in color every weekday on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now to subscribe to 1017 The Truth and watch Telly and I do our thing and get your morning started off right. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
Are you an older adult or an adult with a disability who makes too much for Medicaid benefits? Well, there's good news. You may qualify for $7,200 to help pay for short-term or continuous in-home services through the new Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. If you qualify, it can help you pay for things like specialized medical equipment, home modifications, personal care, and other services that improve your quality of life. So do yourself a favor. Don't leave this opportunity on the table. You deserve to live life to the fullest. Find out if you qualify right away by visiting county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Again, that's county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP or call 414-289-6874. That's 414-289-6874. Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. Live your life to the fullest.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you're so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Milwaukee's favorite station.
Please, Lisa, please, for the love of Jehovah, don't kick me or anybody with a prosthetic leg. Please. Why do I even gotta say please? Because what if you kick me and it falls off? I ain't gonna pick it up. You try to kick me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit you with your own leg. I'll teach you a lesson.
Coming with straight truth.
And you know what? If you want to make it about race, I need you to hold your black men accountable. Don't let these black men get away with anything. Because what does that say about you? Because if you're going to be that person who's not going to hold your own people accountable, we have nothing to talk about. I'm sorry, that's a real old school mentality, my guy.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
We got to get back into common courtesy.
It's about the family structure.
Right.
It is. Our extended family, we are all family in Milwaukee. Come on now.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
One on one, 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, while y'all was watching Jonathan Majors go through his trial, found guilty of assault and harassment by his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute, we missed something. We missed something, DJ Brother Z. We missed the president of Ukraine creeping in here, asking for more money from the Congress. And before we even go there, before we even go with him asking for more money, because we didn't send a lot of money. I think we sent. We don't even see any war footage from Ukraine. Now we see a lot from the Gaza Strip all the time. But I don't hardly see any like war footage from what's going on in Ukraine. Do you see any war footage?
No.
I haven't. And I see a lot of war footage from Israel at the Gaza Strip, bombing the Gaza Strip, because a lot of the journalists on social media play some of the footage of the children dying. So, but I haven't seen anything. I'm just throwing it out there. I haven't seen any war-like footage coming from Ukraine. Hey, if you have, hit the talk to text line. I'm interested. But this is what's interesting about Zelensky. He was elected for a 5-year term in March of 2019. And recently, in 2022, in February of 2022, he announced martial law, where now there's no election. You know, I guess he says while they're fighting the war, there can be no election, and he declared martial law. So, according to Ukraine's constitution, mandates that elections cannot go ahead until any declaration of martial law is lifted, which is unlikely to happen. So he's permanent. He's a permanent president, and they even say that we may, there's people saying that there may not even be an election right here in the United States in 2024. I don't know. I'm yet to see that. I've yet to see if that's going to happen or not. But it's already going on in Ukraine due to the war with Russia. But he came through. He slid through on us and tried to get more money from us. Let's listen to see what happened.
Tomorrow, Ukrainian President Zelensky will meet face-to-face with members of Congress and President Biden in a push for critical military aid. His timing is also critical. This marks Congress's final week in session for the year. And right now, new aid to both Ukraine and Israel is essentially frozen as Republicans are holding firm in their demand to include border security measures as part of any aid deal. Joining us now, NBC News senior Capitol Hill correspondent Garrett Haight. Garrett, good morning. Is Zelensky's visit going to move the needle at all for him?
Jose, it may be too little too late for his.
All right, I guess we having a little technical difficulty. Guess they didn't want it to come through. But this is what we don't see, that we don't see pumped out there, where we see Jonathan Majors, we see all these other people, these figureheads, but we don't see all of the issues with the Catholic Church, over all these people in Sacramento trying to get justice for the sexual abuse in the Catholic Church. And then we got Zelensky coming over here for some more money. And the GOP won't budge because they want to do something with the border, with all these migrants coming in to the United States. And we at the end of 2023 going into 2024. So if this is all going on, this hosh-posh is all going on at the end of it's about to go into 2024. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, get ready. You know, hold on to your horses, because 2024 finna be one. It's finna be one. And I had went back down the rabbit hole on that movie, Leave the World Behind. And you know what I saw at the end? And I'm not gonna tell the movie, the Obama movie. There was a character that found the bunker. The character found the bunker, okay? And she didn't even go and try to tell the other people that she found the bunker, right? But she said something before she went off to find the bunker that people wasn't paying attention to. And this was something that I heard before. And I was wondering, you know, did it have any meaning? But what she had told her mother before she left on the bike, she said that there was a man that was in trouble, and people came to rescue the man, and the man said he was going to wait for God. So it was a flood. I guess it was a flood idea or something. And somebody came to help the man. The first person was in the boat. And then the man said, no, I'm going to wait for God to come help me. I'm not going to get in the boat. I'm going to let God help me. Then the other person came with some rescue type aid. And he said, no, I'm waiting for God. God is going to help me. So when the man finally died and went to heaven, he was mad because he asked God, why didn't you help me? And then God replied, hey, I sent you 3 people to help you, and you died. So the girl told her mother this story, and then at the end, she ended up finding, she said, you know what? She learned from the story not to sit around and wait. So she eventually left the family that was sitting around waiting and left on a bike, and they was looking for her, but she said she's not going to wait. She's going to go and take action, and she probably was the safest one out of everybody because she found the shelter, because she got up and tried to do something about it. And I'm going to tell you this, that's a very pivotal part of the movie, is the lesson. Stop saying you waiting for God to do something. Faith without works is dead. So a lot of people sitting around, people coming around say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. No, I'm all right, I'm blessed, I'm waiting for God. No, I'm all right, God got me. Then all of a sudden things go bad and you're reacting and you don't know what to do. That's the clear example of what the girl was talking about in the movie. And to tell you the truth, she had all the food. She was in the safety idea, and guess what she started doing? She felt so safe, she started watching Friends. She started watching her favorite program. While everything was going awry, everything was going astray. Hey, interesting. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is the time to get prepared what's going to happen in 2024. Me and Elizabeth Brown, we've been telling people that we got to start saving up, storing food, making sure that we have enough food just in case something happens. store it away, just so you don't have to get caught outside. If something does go wrong, you can stay in the house and stay in shelter. But hey, I'm just a message. I'm just telling y'all. And I've been saying this before I saw this movie. But look, when we come back, if you want to chime in on the conversation today, 833-212-1017, talk to text 833-212-1017. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. This is your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute.
Social injustices have created a long-standing list of disparities in education access and the quality of education. Injustice is also seen in sexuality education provided to students. Students really need the full spectrum of what it means to have the information so that they can take care of themselves. Reproductive justice leaders advocate for schools to provide comprehensive sexuality education, which helps students to prevent unintended pregnancies and obviously increase their chances of graduating. It's really important for the listeners to remember that even if you don't have students in MPS, even if you're not a parent, those students are part of our community and they deserve our support. The more that they receive, the better off they are, the better off our community is.
This has been your Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin Minute on the new 1017 The Truth. It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Denise Thomas with her truth.
Over the past 2 years, I've been very intentional about self-care, including clinical therapy. And one of the many lessons that I've learned includes the biggest one that I've applied, and that is letting go. Oftentimes, we feel as though that we have to hold on to certain relationships, whether it's professional or personal, because we feel a sense of obligation. However, within that relationship, you're always feeling as though it's difficult to love you. You're a bad person. You're not good. Combined with what we're hearing and reading on social media and other news platforms. I want to remind you, as I've learned and gained through therapy, that in any relationship that you're in, it should be elevating your happiness. It should be elevating your joy. It should be providing you prosperity and peace. Don't get me wrong. In any relationship, there's misunderstandings, there's miscommunications, and that's where, as human beings, we allow the relationship to be bigger than that particular incident and say, you know what? When you said this or when you did this, it made me feel this. I may be totally misinterpreting it, but I just wanted you to understand how it made me feel. And in those situations where the continuous behavior makes you feel as though, again, that you're bad or that you're not good, or it's just always exhausting to be in that relationship, let it go. And you can release with love. You can let that person know we're no longer compatible. This does not feel good. I release you and I release you with love. Let everything that is not bringing you value go so you can be around people, places, and things that bring out the best in you. You deserve it.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Truth Be Told with DT and Telly weekdays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
This is Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth. Is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The 6-8 Green Bay Packers playoff chances took another hit on Sunday afternoon with the team's second straight loss. Despite an ugly performance from his defense, head coach Matt LaFleur is sticking with defensive coordinator Joe Barry.
If I thought that was the best solution today, then we'd make that decision.
Packers out in Carolina for Week 15. The 19-7 Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight and will look to make it 14 straight home wins tonight at Fiserv Forum when they get set to host the San Antonio Spurs. Tip-off tonight is set for 7 p.m. And lastly, the 6th-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles are back in action tonight as they are on the road in Providence for their start of Big East play. The Golden Eagles are winners of their last 3 and will look to make it 4 with a 7:30 tip time. Coverage will get rolling over on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee beginning at 7 p.m. This sports update is brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey player, what you gonna get, huh, for Christmas? Yeah. So what you gonna get that boy? Come on, come on, come on. What you gonna get, huh, for Christmas? Yeah. What you gonna get that boy? Come on back. Say what? Yeah. Look at Santa Claus, this the deal. On Christmas, you got to keep it real.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Hey, look, people been chiming in. Pope Francis formally approved letting Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. The Vatican announced Monday a radical shift in policy that aimed at making the church more inclusive while maintaining its strict ban on gay marriage. Also, your boy Zelensky stopped through, trying to get more money for Ukraine. Hey, you look, I scratch my head at this. You know, sometimes when I leave the station, there's people out waiting on me because they're homeless. Yesterday, it was a woman waiting right out the door. And I walked out the door and she looked surprised that she saw me. And she looked at me and she was surprised that I walked out. She was waiting and she was telling me, she was waiting to tell me that her and her mother hit hard times. And she was homeless. And she needed money, like $35. Somebody said if she can get $35, that she could stay somewhere for at least a week. And she was looking at me like, hey, Tory, I need help. I need your help. So I helped her, and made sure, I went through the process of making sure it was legit. And I talked to the person that was supposed to help her to make sure that it wasn't somebody just saying something random. But I'm going to tell you this. She was waiting outside, and when I walked out, she stared at me like, hey, Tory, like, I was like, how you doing? And she started saying, I got to talk to you. And I started talking to her, and she said not only her, but her family. It was more people in her family that was going to be homeless. So, like I said, it's rough times out here. So we got to make sure that we doing what we can, everything possible that we can to try to get involved in what's going on, because it's going to take a multitude, like I said. I mean, that's why I don't take no excuses from people, because I don't get paid to help others. I'm by request, and I don't look for nobody problems. But when people come to me and they ask me and I can understand what's going on, I've tried to do my best to bring a result to these people. So that's why I don't like when people talk resultless. I don't do all of that. People come to me and their life is in desperate conditions and they need an outcome. So no, I'm not going to play around and talk to people and sniggle and giggle and all that. I'm not doing that. But look, we've been asking people to call in. Hey, look, if you want to weigh in on the Pope blessing the same-sex marriage, 833-212-1017. Or if you got an eyebrow, raising an eyebrow to Zelensky coming back for more money while y'all watching Jonathan Major's trial about what happened with the girl he was dealing with. Zelensky slid through to get more cash to talk to Congress. I wonder how much they trying to get this time, DJ Brother Z. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. We got some people on the talk to text lines. We got LT. He chimed in on his thoughts about the Catholic Church. He said the Catholic Church addressed the blessing of the same-sex marriage because for hundreds of years it was illegal in the Catholic Church. Why would you say all marriages are blessed instead of specifically addressing the elephant in the room? The Catholic Church is a business just like all religions, so they are going to use this as a recruiting tool to keep the gays in the church. Let's not act like there are no black pastors doodling little boys too. Oh, we already know. We already know. It's happening in the black church. We notice. Thank you for chiming in, LT. Cool Breeze. Talk to text lines. Says, I'm not understanding it, and it's not for me, but I wonder how many of the callers who are bashing do a lot of things that the Bible, quote, calls a sin. Hey, is there one sin that's worse than the other sin? Hey, we gonna head to the lines. Winky, you on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Hey man, good afternoon to you.
Blessings, brother.
And your colleagues there in the studio, and to all the Truth Nation. Brother, when I heard this, I almost ran my car into the wall on the thing because
wow,
this is a strange pope anyway. So I can kind of expect that. But where I almost ran my car off on the road is when I heard Eddie come down with that fire and brimstone, man. You know, I knew there was something lurking inside of Eddie that I could identify with. The man is right. The man is right. We don't need no weak pastors, no weak popes that's going along to get along. And what Bible are they reading, man? Because in 2 Corinthians, it talk about defiling yourself with man with man. Men burning in their own lust and in their own flesh. You know, these things are wrong. So I don't know what Bible, and I understand that the Catholic Bible does have a few extra books outside of the King James, but at the same time, the basic book is from the Jewish Torah and the New Testament. So I don't understand how a pope, a man of God, can even say that this is okay and let me bless this, because the book itself talks against it. Now, I think that was Cool Breeze that just called in and said, look, it ain't one pastor that's not doodling or hasn't did any wrong, and what sin is big. One sin is this sin is sin. Sin is sin, okay? That's what he was saying. Mm-hmm. Sin is sin, and ain't no sin bigger than the other sin.
Right.
But, Tory, I got to break some bad news. It is some sins that's bigger than other sins, okay? It is some sins. See, first of all, homosexualism is an abomination. That's greater than me stealing a bicycle or stealing something or even fornicating, because that's nature. That's see, anything that's against the nature of God, man, is an act of blasphemy. It's an act of abomination. You put another God in front of God or say that there is no God. That's an abomination, man. Okay? When you work in magic, that's an abomination. I could take a little heroin and sprinkle it in somebody's food every day, just a little bit now. Not enough to get them drunk, and I'm not detouring from the topic, but I'm trying to draw a point. I could put a little heroin in somebody's food every day, not enough to get them nodding, not enough for them to even get drunk on or nothing, okay? They don't even feel it. But the body chemistry, it begins to affect, begins to know that its presence in the body chemistry. And when you miss coming to see me that day, you get sick. You get like a tutor's effect. You get sick like you got a real Jones. You don't know why you sick. You think you got the flu. So your girl call you and say, "Hey, what you need, Winky? Hey, don't call me no more. I told you leave me alone." But you know, the day go by, you're really getting sick because you're going through withdrawal. Anytime you take God natural resources or God natural stuff and add an outside chemical for the evil use of Satan, it becomes a tool of darkness. And when you take sex and do it like this here and say that it's okay, you are making putting in effect a tool for Satan. It's mad. I'm upset, and I gotta go along. I gotta go along with my man. I want some fire and brimstones because I'm a sick individual, man, and I need somebody to tell me I'm going to hell, man. Okay, I'm out.
All right, hey, you might be going to hell, Wink. Hey,
bruh.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this. This is interesting because, you know, I've said this earlier in the show. When we were coming up, every 10 years things change. You know, people move around, try to reset. You know, the powers that be or the politicians, they shuffle around to see where the massive audience at. You know, where are they at? How can we get in touch with them? What are their concerns? Things like that. How can we keep them voting on our side? And you see this all the time, even if they have to move the needle around things that they don't even really believe themselves. So I watch it all the time, and I say that we got to get back to the people, because I'm going to tell you this, some of these agencies and these organizations, they switched up. They didn't switched up. They all about the money. They all about the numbers and money. And many times when it come down to those concepts, you ain't included. You know, you're not included in that. We're going to do whatever it takes to keep the money coming in. And that's where the people lose. That's where things get shaky. And then a lot of y'all just conform because y'all see the masses doing something. All of a sudden, if they like it, you like it. You don't even know why you like it. You ever been in the mall or out and about and you heard songs that you probably wouldn't listen to, but you heard them a lot so you know the words? Because they play this song so much that you know the words to it, but it ain't nothing that you would actually listen to in your personal space. That's called programming. I remember when the boy bands was out, NSYNC, you know, Backstreet Boys, all of that, you know, they would play those songs so much on the radio that you would know the lyrics. They made you know the lyrics. So when the world want to make you do something, they move a lot of things around through television and radio. And now that they got social media, they'll move it around. So even though you may not agree, it's out there in a massive way where you feel like, okay, well, I'm not going to go against everybody. I don't want to ruffle no feathers. And you just fall in line even though you don't believe in it. Programming. That's why I say a lot of y'all is bots. A lot of y'all is bots. Y'all going along with stuff that y'all don't even know that y'all even like. Y'all eating it because it was marketed to you. You doing it, you dressing that way because it was marketed to you. Hey, that's why they say you got to start looking within and trying to figure out who you truly are and what you're trying to do, because we look outside all the time. And if you're too busy looking outside, you can't even see what's going on in your immediate environment. Stuff that's affecting you directly. All right, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, Dr. Ken Harris here, and I'm excited about the Truth's partnership with Versity. There is a serious need for blood donations in the Black community, and Versity wants to bring awareness to this because it's their mission to improve patient outcomes, advance the field of personalized medicine, and strengthen the health of communities everywhere. This is why you should tune in every month when a representative from Versity joins the Truth to share about what they're doing to make a difference in our community. Are you an older adult or an adult with a disability who makes too much for Medicaid benefits? Well, there's good news. You may qualify for $7,200 to help pay for short-term or continuous in-home services through the new Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. If you qualify, it can help you pay for things like specialized medical equipment, home modifications, personal care, and other services that improve your quality of life. So do yourself a favor. Don't leave this opportunity on the table. You deserve to live life to the fullest. Find out if you qualify right away by visiting county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP. Again, that's county.milwaukee.gov/ILSP, or call 414-289-6874. That's 414-289-6874. Milwaukee County Independent Living Supports Pilot Program. Live your life to the fullest.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. And on every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells, silver bells.
Hey, 1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. They saying that eviction filings are more than 50% higher than the pre-pandemic average in multiple cities. And now they're saying that they did a research tracking eviction filings in 34 cities across 10 states. And the statistics is a grim snapshot of the risks facing a growing number of Americans who are renting right now. And that's why I try to tell you, sometimes we get distracted looking at the outside, but around us, they're saying that the eviction filings are up more than 50% higher than during the pandemic right now. And it's something that is going to affect us directly. If people don't have nowhere to go and people don't have nothing to eat, they gon' probably start stealing and robbing and trying to do whatever they can to survive. I'm telling you, this is what we got to keep an eye out for. And many times we don't think about a lot of these things because we're too busy looking at things that are outside of our community. So if evictions is up 50% higher than the pandemic, where are these people going? And like I said earlier in the show, yesterday when I got off work, there was a young lady outside of the studios waiting for me because she was homeless. And, she was slow to tell me what she wanted. But, once she got going, it was a sad story about how it happened. And I'm not going to put all our business out there, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm seeing this more and more. Even last year around this time, there were mothers with 4 or 5 children on the side of the road in the wintertime, using their car, they're heating their car to keep them warm. So while we looking at all these things that's going on and paying attention to things that, it may make you raise an eyebrow, but these evictions And in our community, in the black community, they say there's a large rentership. There's a large rentership on the north side. Yeah, we talk about owning a home. We talk about financial freedom, wealth. But according to the Navy Federal Bank, they not letting blacks get the access to the wealth. Some of these banks. So let's be more realistic around here. We got to start more now than ever looking out, being more mindful of each other, and stop. You know what I don't like? When people get to arguing and yelling and fussing and raising their voice and so quick to argue, then it explode. The argument then explodes into this fight and it's this huge mess. And then I come around and they call me and Tory, I got to go to jail. You know, I was treated unfair when the police showed up. And I said, well, what was this over? What started this? And it's petty. A petty conversation. And now you in jail facing assault charges and everything because you can't keep your blood pressure down. You can't keep your voice down. You can't have a decent conversation with your people, with the people that surround you. And this is where the problem is. A lot of these incidents are sparking from petty conversation, but these people who are having these conversations, they probably going through evictions. They probably going through bad breakups or hardships in their life, and then they'll take a petty conversation, and then those situations come out. You know, you don't even know that this is the energy that you about to get from that petty conversation. So I'm urging Truth Nation, if y'all could do one thing for me in 2024, stop arguing with each other. If y'all can't have a decent conversation, walk away. Sounds easier said than done, but I'm going to tell you, the aftermath of starting a fight with somebody is way worse than just walking away. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll be at the top of the hour, and I got another story that y'all need to hear, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Tune into the new 1017 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'll be joined by Ashley Lucas, VP and Business Lending Product Manager at Associated Bank, where we'll discuss the advantages of your business, setting up a checking account, and share tips on how to select the right bank for you and your business. Again, that's the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth.
Coming with straight truth.
And the truth was, after November 3rd, after the election, poof, it was over. It was a political idea. I don't have to wait till it's said and done to realize we got played. I said it back then and I stood 10 toes on it. I said, this ain't no black movement. This something else. Just because it say Black Lives Matter, I started looking at the movement and what was going on, and I said, this is a political agenda.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people. but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. In a move to make the Catholic Church more inclusive, Pope Francis announced Monday the approval to let Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. The announcement comes with scrutiny from both sides, as in 2021 a Vatican document stated the Church could not bless same-sex unions as, quote, God cannot bless sin, and this type of union promotes an exhaustive moral analysis. On the other side, same-sex advocates state this decision echoes a sense of inferiority in comparison to heterosexual unions. The blessing is said to be a general one for anyone seeking God's help and not a blessing of marriage. Opinions from local priests have varied, as many encompass a wide spectrum from conservative traditional to liberal progressive views. In a double whammy, actor Jonathan Majors was found guilty of assault and harassment and dropped from Marvel Universe. The verdict was issued by a Manhattan jury on Monday against the 34-year-old actor. He was convicted of assault and harassment against his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari in an altercation that took place in March of this year. According to USA Today, it was confirmed that Marvel Studios and Walt Disney Studios would be removing the actor from the franchise. Majors was slotted to play Kang the Conqueror in several TV shows and movies in Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Disney has not confirmed on what they intend to do with this character. Majors will be sentenced on February 6th of 2024. After weeks of seismic activity and evacuations, a volcano in Iceland has finally erupted. The Grindavik volcano erupted Monday as a state of emergency was declared. The eruption reached about 300 feet in the air, which reached a 2.5 fissure that spread lava throughout the surrounding towns. Warning signs like an increase of earthquakes have been occurring since the beginning of November, in which the country evacuated about 4,000 people from the area. Local authorities are still monitoring the event and other further eruptions. There have been no reports of injuries or deaths. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
We need each other.
That's facts.
I need my sisters. I need my brothers out here.
A coward dies 1,000 deaths, and for all the bootlickers, may you die 1,001.
The place for the realest conversations.
Tory Lowe want all the action, or you want all the smoke? Oh, this man, I'm with all that smoke too, man.
I didn't see Ron Johnson. He trash. Chisholm is trash. How the hell you here to help us and your kids are dying in the street?
I understand that this is Milwaukee and everyone believes that if someone say something, it's snitching. It's not.
I don't care if it's the past. If you see the pastor ain't acting right, you check that fool. Where's the results?
Talking topics that need to be highlighted and discussed in our communities.
Would you trade places with a black person?
Yeah, sure. No, I would not.
Have you ever said the N-word? Come on, be the truth. We on the truth.
Unfiltered and unfazed. This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
The reason I believe that racism is getting worse is because whites know that they will be outnumbered in about 20 to 21 years. They're going to be outnumbered.
Hey, Tory, man. How are you doing, brother? I'm actually from India. We brown people can totally relate with you. Sometimes it's like, did that just happen to me?
We have to not let the government mind us either.
That cop ain't never been brought to the public because he ain't normal, and he may not even exist no more.
Say no more. Release the video.
You know, you keep on doing what you're doing, man. You're going to take over this talk radio, man. Just keep on focusing on what you're focusing on. I wish you a lot of love.
God bless you, brother.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back, we ready. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And we got to head down to South Carolina. We got to head down to South Carolina. Now, before I tell y'all what this story is about, can you imagine dropping your kids off at a daycare and the daycare workers they using the kids as a fighting ring. They got the kids fighting each other. You know, fight club at the daycare. And it has happened down in South Carolina. They have arrested 2 women, 2 employees that were arrested. They said after being accused of inciting children to fight. Let's listen and see what took place.
What were you thinking?
Newbury County Sheriff Lee Foster, incredulous following the arrest of 2 daycare workers at Kids Unlimited in Prosperity for allegedly encouraging kids to fight.
And they kind of looked at it as something maybe almost equivalent to a sporting event, to where they were kind of trying to motivate the kids into participating in that.
Erica Sarai Jones and Serena Caldwell appeared in bond court Thursday on child abuse and neglect charges. The incident report lists at least 14 juvenile victims between the ages of 3 and 4. After reviewing security footage, the daycare immediately alerted the sheriff's office and fired Jones and Caldwell.
We've had daycare workers that have assaulted children and daycare workers that may have taken punishment a bit too far, but nothing like this. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
In addition to inciting these kids to fight, Caldwell's also accused of striking one of the young children with a box of baby wipes. One parent who wished to remain anonymous says she doesn't believe this is indicative of a culture at the daycare.
I hate that these 2 women kind of tarnished the name of this daycare, but at the same time, I'm glad that it was caught and they will have to serve justice. But at the end of the day, there's no real justice, because how do you remove that from a child's head? You've altered their life.
Wow. I never heard nothing like this. They had the fight club at the daycare where the kids was being dropped off, and I wonder, was they taking bets, allowing these kids to go round for round?
They said, shh, don't tell your parents about this.
Yeah, don't tell your parents about this.
We don't speak about Fight Club.
This is how Mike Tyson was made. You know what I mean?
Wait, really?
Yeah, you fighting kids in the neighborhood all the time. But you fighting in the daycare? Wow. And they've been charged severely with this. They face 15 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor and 15 counts of unlawful conduct towards a child. I would be pissed. I would be upset if I dropped my child off at the daycare and they out there fighting for their life at the daycare. Also, I wanted to let everybody know that next year, I'll be starting my first nonprofit. I guess I can go into that. My first active nonprofit. I think now I'm going to actually get out here and try to teach people how to do what I do, so we can investigate the things on our own. I think that if we had a clear eye on what was happening, you would have to not pay attention to your kid to not see your child with scars or something like that, fighting other kids. I guess they was trying to, let's say the kid came home with a black eye. How do you explain that?
I fell.
Yeah, the kid fell. I'm going to ask my kid, hey, look, what happened at the daycare? They going to have to tell me. But surprisingly, that it went on for a while, but I'll tell you this. In Milwaukee, there were some tragic things that I had to deal with out of the daycares. And there was one where a kid finger was missing. Yeah, I had to deal with a mother who called me and said that the child finger was missing when she got the child out the daycare.
Oh, that was different.
And then the daycare put the child finger on ice, and then they had to try to get the child finger sewed back on. And they just handed the baby to the mother, like with the finger missing. Yes. Right here in the city of Milwaukee. I'm telling you.
Are you out of your damn mind?
That, so, hey, here we go once again. And we talk about the trauma of the children. We talked about the church trauma in Sacramento where 250 people filed lawsuits against the Catholic Church for the child abuse. Now you're seeing the child abuse in the daycares. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017 if you want to chime in on today's conversation. Monica says, and this is referring to what happened with the Pope Francis approving letting Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. Monica says they're blessing same-sex couples because they're just giving us the heads up that they're going to start weddings, same-sex couples. Oh, they're going to start wedding same-sex couples. This is just the introduction to what they already have in motion. We're going to head to the lines. White Widow, you're on the new 1017 The Truth. Tap in.
Afternoon, Tory.
How you doing, White Widow?
Good. I'm going to do a rundown. Tell me if I'm getting too fast.
Go right ahead.
The Pope. Why does anybody care? It's the Catholic Church, and if you want to know, they are not close to God, and they certainly don't use the weapon of Jesus. Go to 6th and Lincoln and look at that basilica. Look at the gaudiness, the ornateness, the gold, the jewels, while people right outside their doors are starving. I went to Mexico years ago. I had to get raised a Catholic, but anyways. And they said, get to this church in Mexico. It's the biggest one for the Catholics. I went in there, gold. I don't know, saints' fingers. It's open maybe a couple hours a week, just like the basilica, just like these monuments that the Catholic Church has got to themselves. And you go outside the gates, and there's little Mexican children selling chiclets for food. So let's call it what it is. It is not a weapon of Jesus. It's not. So let the Pope go. And listen, Eddie, just quit. A little over 80 years ago, the Italians joined with Hitler and Japan and started World War I. The Italians spit and kicked prisoners of war that walked through the streets of Italy. The Cosa Nostra has always been alive. It's just that they have caused mayhem and murder in the Milwaukee City for 50 years, and now they're established, their money is old, and now their kids go to good schools. So no, Eddie, the Italians have not brought forth anything that really, if you look at history and be honest, you should really just don't. You can't tell blacks what to do because you ain't got the backup. So, and also, I just want to mention, I'll volunteer with your organization, please. I do I do the homeless thing. I started in March.
Mm-hmm.
In the day, you went down to the welfare building and you waited 8 hours a day and come back the next day. And you sat in them chairs, but at least you saw a social worker and you got started. You got the ball running. I've been doing this since March. It started out, okay, fine. Someone will call you in 10 days. Leave, homeless person. Walk out this building. All of a sudden, it went to 20 days. Now it's 35 days before you even see a social worker. It is David Crawley. It is not supposed to be this way. There are federal and state funds for Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security people, just like the eviction money. The feds came and said, "Oh, the money's going to be gone. Time's up." And then next thing you know, well, only 7% of it was used. That was the city of Milwaukee money, and it was withheld while landlords and apartment owners were being told by advocates, "There's no money." David Crowley has outsourced our people to Community Care, iCare, and IRIS, 3 of the organizations. That's who you have to wait to see. These companies that the city of Milwaukee is contracting with are holding people's money. Equity Payee has hundreds of these people's monies. They can't even get on the Better Business Bureau. On the internet, they said that their location is in Brookfield. It takes 3 months before they admit they don't have a physical location. The corruption that's going on under David Crowley's nose, and he knows it because I call them, his receptionist says, "Yeah, we know. Yeah, I don't want to hear it anymore. That guy's got to get out of here, and someone's got to tell me where the money is." I'll give you one last thing with Smiley. 12 months, you didn't get a dime. Equity Payee, who the city of Milwaukee, with iCare and Community Care, force these people to be with. They don't have a choice. They hold their money. Every month that they didn't pay for Smiley and didn't give him a dime, the 12 months that we were begging, they were supposed to send that money back to Social Security every single month. We find out from Social Security, Pay Equity hasn't sent a dime back in 14 months. I don't care. Times that by 1,000 people. Even if they find out, "Oh, we made a mistake, we didn't send it back." I would like to have that kind of money in my bank account gaining interest. So really, it stinks. There's something going on. Sign me up. I'm getting my feet wet. They know my name at David Crowley. They know my name at the welfare building. I don't call no more. I show up because if you call, and that's just sad. That empty welfare building has got no one in it. They outsource
They
the work
still
to
don't
these
got the
companies.
workers back at the welfare building?
The workers are still working. Tory, let's go down there. They outsourced everything. Why does Umos have everything for the Southside people? They gutted that welfare building. The only thing is in there is in the basement, the food pantry, and aging for disability and resource center, where you go there and they tell you, "Sign this contract with this company, sign this contract." Well, Smiley couldn't even read. Are you kidding me? It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I'm sorry I didn't, And tell Zelensky to stop begging. Why is it 4 years ago on every Netflix movie, the Ukrainians were the ones running the sex rings, the weapons? I know one thing. No Ukrainian was with my brother at Desert Storm, my other 3 in Vietnam, or my niece has her duty in Afghanistan or Iraq. So I don't know where these people popped up from. They never stood by us. $9 billion to go into that corrupt government. We are ashamed. We should be ashamed. $9 billion while our people die. So,
all right. Hey, look, White Widow. Hey, look, White Widow. She be out here boots on the ground, trying to figure it out what's happening in. Hey, look. I mean, and I think that when we talk about programs and things for the people and resources for the people, we should be very concerned because a lot of us, we pay into taxes, and we don't understand that when our dollars are being misused, we got to make sure that we investigate and look into it, because the thing is, we want our dollars to be able to be a resource for us when we need it. We do, but is that happening? Hey, but when we come back, I want to talk about this Josh Giddey, this basketball player that allegedly slept with a young girl, but he's still playing basketball. A lot of people been raising their eyebrow to this, and I'm gonna give a rundown on what some of the things that people have been saying when it comes to this Oklahoma City player being able to continue to play while accusations float about him sleeping with a minor. Hey, I want to run it down. Truth Nation. Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, also,
before we go to break.
Tory, what about the white actors that still get all these acting roles, but Jonathan Majors is about to be blacklisted for the rest of his life now?
Right. Here we go. You trying to go down the rabbit hole, DJ Brother Z. Hey, look. But, hey, now it's about that time.
One call, that's all.
Hey, look, now it's your chance to be entered in to win our one call, that's all 5K giveaway. That's right. This is your chance to win $5,000. Call 833-212-1017 and be caller number 10 right now, and you'll be entered in to win $5,000. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, give Gruber Law Offices a call. Once again, that's caller number 10 will be entered in to win our one call, that's all 5K giveaway. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Call now, 833-212-1017.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's Telly Hughes from Truth Be Told with Denise Thomas and Telly Hughes, and I have to let you know that the best morning show in the country is streaming live on YouTube every weekday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, DT and I are now waking you up in the a.m. live every weekday on YouTube. So go to YouTube right now to subscribe to 1017 The Truth so you can watch Denise and I get your morning started off right. Milwaukee Black Talk is now streaming live on YouTube.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive On collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. And I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Here at the new 1017 The Truth, we aim to be a staple in Milwaukee's Black community. We are committed to partnering with local organizations and supporting Black-owned businesses. We are proud to call Milwaukee our city and promise to be a positive reflection of our community. We look forward to celebrating Black culture and excellence with you every day as we make history and continue to uplift the voices in our city. Join us for the journey at the new 1017 The Truth, founded by Gruber Law Offices, Milwaukee Black Talk.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Anywhere you want, I can take you there, I try. Anything you need, I can give for you, be whatever. Girl, you on my drug, how I think for you, be whatever. Yeah, this is Merry Christmas to you.
Salute to Patrice. You'll be entered in to win our one call, that's all 5K giveaway. And if you have a loved one that's injured in an accident, give Gruber Law Offices a call. One call, that's all. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Hey, look. We've been having conversations about Jonathan Majors, and He was found guilty. Misdemeanors, I would say these are misdemeanor charges, assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Now, they're saying that Marvel dropped him from the franchise. I already said what I thought about Jonathan Majors. Now, DJ Brother Z is saying, is that too much for him to lose everything over this dispute when he was clearly running away? The brother was running away from the situation. Hey, I guess, we weighed in on this. We already went and gave our opinion on this yesterday, so I'm not going to double back like that. But if y'all got some opinions, y'all can always hit up the Talk to Text line 833-212-1017. Y'all can always chime in. Or you can hit the Facebook comments, not the Facebook comments, but the YouTube as we stream live on YouTube. Every show now is live streamed on YouTube. So join the live cast. But this Josh Giddey, this basketball player for Oklahoma, a lot of people been raising an eyebrow because they feel that the NBA is allowing him to continue to play. Now, this is what the latest news is on this. The investigation into the NBA star Josh Giddey's alleged relationship with a teen girl may have hit a roadblock. They said the investigation hit a roadblock, and they're saying that the girl and her family won't cooperate with the Newport Beach police. The family not talking. So they saying that that's the roadblock. He's continuing to play in the NBA, even though they got pictures. What allegedly looks like a young girl that was with him in the night.
So is the family in on it?
I'm gonna tell you right now, if they ain't saying nothing, they may have worked something out. Something may have got worked out. Now they say how he met this girl is that she lied and got in the club where he was at. And so it went on from there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people are raising their eyebrow because of what happened to several NBA players. And I've been taking notes. Kyrie Irving. This is what happened to Kyrie Irving. Now, we all know some of this. Some of this y'all might know. Some of this y'all might not know. But Kyrie Irving was suspended for 8 games for tweeting a link to a movie, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, on October 27 he didn't even comment. He was dropped from Nike and reportedly lost roughly $2.2 million over a tweet that he never made a comment about. Hey, also, John Morant was suspended for 8 games for showing a firearm on social media, then suspended 25 games for doing it again. He's set to lose $7.5 million. Morant's actions, even without being charged with a crime, he faced severe consequences. Black man with a gun. Even though it was no criminal charges. This is what they raising an eyebrow to, DJ Brother Z. With this Josh Giddey. It's quiet. Nobody ain't saying nothing about it. Matter of fact, if you look his name up, they talk about how he scored a double-double. He's continuing to play. And Miles Bridges is another person they keep bringing up. Miles Bridges, the NBA announced that Miles Bridges had been suspended as a result of an alleged domestic violence incident involving the mother of his children. Bridges received probation and no jail time. The league said it conducted its own investigation and suspended Miles for 30 games.
What's really going on?
It's looking bad for the brothers right now. Because Josh Giddey is still out here balling. Now, Josh Giddey, the NBA is investigating allegations that the Oklahoma City Thunder guard Josh Giddey had inappropriate relationships with a minor. But I'm reading that the family not cooperating, but there is pictures of this. So he's not being, no games off or anything.
It doesn't make sense.
Hey, a lot of people was like, Tory, why ain't nobody talking about this? Well, I talked about it. I don't think y'all writing the NBA no letters. That's what I think. I don't think y'all sending no emails, standing on business. Because
I don't feel like you standing on business.
Yeah, if y'all really want something to happen, put the pressure on the NBA. Hey, they. I looked up. I tried to see if there was any new information on this, and it was just only information about him and how he's playing and his scores and stuff like that. It's people that moved on.
But we would have to boycott the whole NBA. I feel like it wouldn't just be able to be the Oklahoma City.
Do we care though? Are we really upset about this?
We should be, but clearly we're not.
I'm saying we not, because look what the folks did with the Christmas tree. When they wanted their Christmas tree picked up, they came and called down to the city hall, and they didn't work something out with the Christmas tree. So when you really upset, you're gonna make some phone calls, you're gonna send some emails. And these are allegations, but I'm saying there are pictures. There is something, evidence of something that took place. But the family not cooperating, but the NBA could have stepped in.
He's caught in 4K. How much,
Hey, maybe he got the complexion for the connection. Hey. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, if y'all was really upset about this, y'all wouldn't be calling Tory Lowe. Y'all be calling the commissioner, sending letters and demanding that some action take place here.
At least sit him out while you guys do this investigation.
But everybody talking about Jonathan Majors, and he was running for his life, trying to get away with his cell phone.
But even then, even before he was convicted, he was still sat out from his movie roles and everything else he was doing
while under
this was
investigation.
taking place. So how come there's a double standard?
That's the question. That's the $500 million question right now. Hey, look, and we already we gonna resort back to the fact that it's a brother. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm wondering why there's no big fuss about the NBA and them taking action, at least in the meantime, in between time, till they can figure it all out. Even if the family not talking, until they can come to some kind of finite conclusion. They did it against Kyrie, and he didn't even come. He just shared a document about, something religious, but it was on Amazon, and guess who was making all the money from it? Jeff Bezos, who's a Jewish guy. Like they was profiting off the documentary, and he got in trouble, lost $2.2 million for sharing something. Hey. All right, look, when we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a job? Direct Connect MKE is a social media style platform that empowers you to grow your social network, find career opportunities, and connect with career specialists for success. Visit joindcmke.com today to learn how you can create a profile, upload your resume, and find access to information about jobs, job training, hiring events, and more. DCMKE is locally focused and equips you to grow your social capital and find opportunities that match your career interests. Visit joindcmke.com today and connect your dream to reality.
Who are we? We're the ones who learn to do what we love. We're the ones who want to work, who want to learn from firsthand experience. to earn an income, but don't need to spend 4 years in lecture halls. We're the healthcare, construction and utility workers, manufacturers, agriculturists, and service and IT professionals. We are Wisconsin Apprentices. Learn more at wisconsinapprenticeship.org. Brought to you by the Department of Workforce Development.
You know, he's got the red nose that glows. Are we swiping right or left?
I'm swiping right. I'm swiping right.
I'm swiping
You swiping
left.
right? Why? Why, Ray, are you
It's a
swiping
little
left?
problematic. Just do your job.
You gotta love these young people. Dude, these young people are so political. Look, I'm like Rudolph. You like, yeah, I like Rudolph. It's like, stop. No, he's problematic. Look, he's a narcissist.
Maybe he didn't want his nose red. Maybe that was the hand that was dealt to him.
Look, they gonna find some kind of way to make it a protest. I am standing in solidarity with Rudolph. That nose glowing was problematic. It added too much. You know, our generation
He wanted
was like,
to be the
yeah.
superstar.
He was toxic. He was narcissist.
Toxic wasn't even around then. You started using Rudolph, he was even toxic back then.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
Life is full of moments, from first steps to first loves, moments that make life special. Now, life can also bring us difficult and disruptive moments like a cancer diagnosis, which is why the groundbreaking work of Stand Up to Cancer is so vital. They know the problem of cancer won't be solved by one doctor, one lab, or one hospital. It takes collaboration. That's why Stand Up to Cancer brings together top minds from different fields to find new and better treatments so patients can thrive. So when it matters, we can all show up for moments of a lifetime. Please join Stand Up to Cancer and Myrtle Beach to help families get back to where they belong, making new memories for years to come. Please go to standuptocancer.org to see how you can join the mission.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Farmerline is using new technology to help farmers across the globe, including in Africa. It developed a special mobile and web platform that's designed to get farmers and other agriculture-related businesses access to information and insight that can make a difference. Aloysius Attah is Farmerline co-founder and CEO. He spoke to Bloomberg about some of the other tools his company provides to give farmers an edge.
We have something called the 911 for farmers. So farmers are able to call a helpline and get access to information in their native language. Products like, organic fertilizer, cook stoves, drought-resistant seeds. All these things actually help farmers to also increase their yield, but then also protect the soil and environment at the same time.
Since launching, Farmerline says its technology has helped reach nearly 2 million farmers in over 40 countries. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It
gets the people going. Also, guys want to find me.
There are 2 weeks left to sign up for our Black Business Give Back. If you want to win $6,000 worth of free commercial advertising on The Truth for 3 months, go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now. Again, that's free advertising for your business. It's valued at $6,000. Don't miss out on the great opportunity. Go to blackbusinessgiveback.com right now to sign up today. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank member FDIC. Joining me on the lines right now is Justice Wisconsin advocate and author Elizabeth Brown. Hey, how you doing, Queen?
Hey, salute, King all is well.
The show got to jumping right off the top.
As it should.
They was weighing in on Pope Francis, who has approved letting Catholic priests bless same-sex couples. The Vatican announced that Monday a radical shift in policy that was aimed at making the church more inclusive while maintaining its strict ban on gay marriage. Hey, they chimed in today.
As they should. Again, it's a joke. the Catholic Church, why would they not? Half of the people that's standing before them asking to get married was violated by them. Okay? Matter of fact, if the Catholic priests come out and say that they gay, because they the ones violating all these little boys. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When you think about how the Catholic Church violated all of these individuals who are walking around right now, and then you're going to condemn the same people that you violated under the same Jesus or God that you stood for. The Catholic Church been violating people since the beginning of time. What the Pope should have done is came out about his sexuality and be allowed to marry women or something. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, I mean, we're in 2023. And you're going to say that you still against, you're strictly against it, but you're going to allow individuals to marry same-sex marriage at the same time that these popes and these priests are,
they said they was gonna
are
bless
the main individuals. Bless? What's the difference, Tory? Tomato.
Hey, I'm just saying. They say they not trying to do the
know what I'm
marriage,
saying? Like,
but they gonna bless.
So we're going to do the word play.
I'm just saying.
Bless, marry, accept.
I don't understand.
It's all the same.
I guess when I talk about the church in 2023, I'm just trying to see what's going on, what's happening there. You know what I mean? Because
it's the devil's job. It's the devil's hop yard. You understand? Like, again, we're talking about the Pope. These are the same individuals that find out that it's a slew of children that's been violated under the priests, and they just move them to poor neighborhoods or to different parishes.
Right.
And then you want to condemn the same children that you violated, that who had them confused about their sexuality. Now you want to tell them that the life that they're living is they're going to be condemned, but you violated them in the church. So if they're going to be condemned, you the one violated them and had them question their own sexuality. Because you touched them.
What I don't understand is why are we even listening to a group of people that may have a child sex ring going on?
Come on.
Hey, that's what it is. It's hundreds of thousands of kids. So what I'm saying is, I on this show I let people hear a story that's going on right now while all of this Jonathan Majors going on in Sacramento with another parish that's trying to file for bankruptcy, Chapter 11, because over 250 people lawsuits came against them, and now they filing for bankruptcy. And this is not, we don't even know who did it to these children. We don't see no face.
You're never going to see a face. They're never going to. Matter of fact, when we was talking when Tory Lowe show first came up about all of the Catholic priests that violated all of these people, and they was giving these individuals pennies. But at the same time, they welcome your children, violate them, and then decide to condemn them for their sexual preferences after they done left your church, after you done violated them. You the cause of them being confused in their sexuality, and then you, like, man, come on, it's a joke.
Right.
Again, like I said, America in itself contradicts itself every time. You're going to bless gay marriage, but you're strictly against, like, you don't believe in anything. Everything go. Like, it's all a facade, and it's all being shown clear as day. These are violators themselves, okay, who are saying they're going to, anytime you get a pope, for him to say, he looked like he a violator, fam. Like, I mean, Tory, at this point, the church is the devil's hop yard. The Catholic priest, the Pope, all of these individuals, this is a joke. Out of all the little boys that have been violated, trying to be righteous. And then you turn around and say, like, all of these years that y'all been condemning them, and you've been violating kids the whole time.
And
like,
this goes on into the black church. I had an experience in my community where, you know, one of the churches I was attending, majority of some of the kids came forward and told me when I came back home from college that they had been assaulted by ministers and things in the church, and they tried to hide it. When I went asking questions, they were trying to hide it. Yeah, they weren't trying to turn these people into the police.
So many people have been violated under that false belief of the Jesus that we've been seeking, that so-called power. When you're talking of, again, in the black community, the church is pimping right now. You know what I'm saying? It used to be a non-profit, but again, when you think about it, when Bush came in and started giving federal funding, now you got the politicians running in and out of the churches, the souls to the polls, everybody being used. But in reality, like I said, if it was anything truthful about any of these churches, any of these religions, we wouldn't be leading in homelessness. We wouldn't be leading in the misleadership of the children and everything else. There's nothing realistic out here anymore because the same individuals that told you to believe were the same individuals that violated you while you was trying to believe.
Hey.
And then in reality, Tory, it's a joke.
And before we go to break, the Ukrainian president Zelensky came through Washington, D.C., trying to convince the lawmakers to pass a supplemental package for Ukrainians. He had stood before Congress. And why this was all going on while Jonathan Major situation was going on, while everybody was,
of course,
Diddy and Jonathan Major was all in the news.
You know it's going to be a distraction. They always going to put a black face in the front. In reality, it's like, the Ukraine, the actor that's playing the president, again, is draining monies from America, again, when America's already footing the bill of all of these illegal immigrants that broke the law to get here, to get them housing while real Americans are homeless, going hungry. Poverty is the number one killer in the U.S. that's supposed to be one of the richest countries. Again, don't none of this add up. And we just have to make it make sense for ourselves, because the bottom line is there any really, do America have the money that they claim?
They just sound like they just printing.
They
might be just printing. They probably letting the print machine go crazy.
They're just pushing numbers, and they saying it because we believe it. In reality, though, it's not adding up.
Hey, I'm just asking questions today. I wanted to know how people feel about this, and the thing is, I was reading about evictions being at an all-time high and homelessness in America. I'm talking about us as Americans and our people, and all this money going out to other countries to help people from other countries in America, and then our people are suffering. I had a homeless person wait for me when I got off work yesterday asking me for help. I almost tried to see if she can go where the migrants was to see if she can get some of those benefits.
Bruh.
Hey, look, when we come back, Elizabeth Brown, I want to get your final thoughts on the show today. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into the new 1017 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'll be joined by Ashley Lucas, VP and Business Lending Product Manager at Associated Bank, where we'll discuss the advantages of your business, setting up a checking account, and share tips on how to select the right bank for you and your business. Again, that's the Business Spotlight with Associated Bank this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. on the new 1017 The Truth.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance, because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the new 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
For the past few years, our team has been working tirelessly to address the issues that impact our community, from crime and violence to economic inequality and social justice. Through our interviews with local leaders, policymakers, and residents, we shed light on the challenges that Milwaukee faces and highlighted the innovative solutions that are making a real difference. We've also provided a platform for those whose voices have been ignored and silenced, ensuring that everyone has a seat at the table and shaping the future of our city. Thanks to our efforts, we have addressed the tough issues across Milwaukee, discussing ways to reduce crime and increasing access to vital resources and services. I believe that change starts on a grassroots level, and through our work, we are empowering individuals and organizations to make a positive impact in our communities. So tune in to the award-winning Tory Lowe Show and join us in our mission to create a better Milwaukee for us all. Together, we can build a brighter future for our city and residents. The Tory Lowe Show is making a positive impact on our community by raising awareness about important issues, providing a platform for marginalized voices to be heard, and inspiring action to take place towards positive change. Through thought-provoking discussions and engaging interviews, the show is encouraging dialogue and fosters a sense of unity and empowerment among community members. Join me every day from 1 to 4 on The Tory Lowe Show.
This has been Truth Takes on the new 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I turned shorty up, sipping on that 1942. I got my 42. Oh, you got your 42. I got 40 of them. I rock Cardis, you can't see my eyes cause I be pouring up.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. Elizabeth Brown, let me get your final thoughts on the show.
Again, like you stated, King, while they're parading around this black man who was literally running like Forrest Gump from this white woman and how they stripping him, it's a reality check. It's a distraction. We're talking about, there was a new study that was just released that was saying homelessness in America has went up 12%, a 12% increase in homelessness in 2023, at its highest peak since 2007. Of course, disproportionately affecting black Americans who represent 37% of the unhoused population. And remember, black folks only make up 13% of the U.S. You understand what I'm saying? So, in reality, the suffering, the crying, so while Zelensky has the privilege to stand before Congress or whoever he stood before requesting money, the question is, as Americans, who can we go and stand before and tell them that we need help? None of our elected officials, none of the politicians. Who cares about the Americans that's been asking? And we're asking for basic necessities in America, the place where everybody else is fleeing their countries to come here and get the dream that has been America's nightmare. They're coming here to get something we've never got. So again, we have to ask the real questions. Who can we run to? Because we've been the people to run to. They're running to America. They're doing illegal things to get here. And those of us that are here, that's been here since forever, who are originally from here, can't receive anything from the powerless leadership that be. So you have individuals that's coming from other countries that have the ability to get in the rooms with the people that write the checks. And us regular American citizens can't even get in the welfare building and get seen, even though we worked all our lives. We as American citizens have to make it make sense for ourselves. Who are we running to?
Right.
Because they're still asking our president, our Congress, for monies that we can't even receive, and we're right here on the U.S. soil. It's our tax dollars that they're requesting. It's our children's birth certificates that are being sold for them to be workers. It's our bodies, our children's bodies, and our grandchildren who they're building these prisons for. Who can we run to now that we're in need? Can we go to to these other countries and be treated the same? Can we go and ask for these monies because poverty is killing us in America while they're still giving them the American dream that this is the land of the free and the home of the brave? These are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves because we're suffering here, and while they're still giving other individuals the lie to come here and continue to take from something that don't even exist.
Wow.
The game of Candyland has been exposed. Ain't nothing sweet in America, especially for the Americans. So it's time for us as a group, black, white, Asian, whatever you are, you're suffering in America, it's your time to stand up, speak out, and understand what the real is. Because if somebody from another country can come here and get comfortable while we're over here struggling, battling to pay bills, everything going up but your paycheck, we really need to be asking ourselves, why are we still allowing this government to do what it is that it's doing as an American?
Hey, I agree. You know, many times we think that there's nothing we can do, but the truth is that's what they want you to think. This is our country. These are our family members. These are our communities, and we can do a lot if we stand together, and we got to start standing together to make some real change, because the change is not going to come from the political. It's going to come from the people.
Right. And again, you know, it's time for us to go back to read the Bill of Rights and the Constitution to see what we supposed to do when there's tyranny from our own government. Put your power where it's supposed to be. So, hey, King, we working. Thank you for continuing to have the real conversations that's going to invoke us to think about the real questions.
Hey, look, I appreciate you
needed.
for being on these front lines as usual. And we got a lot of work to do, Elizabeth Brown. Hey.
As always, King, let's get it. One love.
I'll talk to you soon. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, Tory Lowe from 104. Let's get it.
Hey, look, Truth Nation, thank you for chiming in. There are reports that 2 men were shot and killed Monday on Milwaukee's north side. They have been identified as popular local rappers, Javon Jig Wilder and Marcel Selly Cell Hendricks. Send up the prayers for those families. The incident took place near the 2900 block of North 20th Street. No arrests have been made. If anybody know what took place, please help bring justice to these 2 innocent lives that have been lost. All right, Truth Nation, be safe. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Milwaukee, it's Denise Thomas.
And Telly Hughes from Truth Be Told on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
We want to make sure you join us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. for our Black Friday shout-out powered by We Energies.
Black Friday is your opportunity to call into 1017 The Truth and shout out your black-owned business and let Milwaukee know what you have to offer.
So hit us up every Friday at 8 a.m. to shout out your black-owned business on Truth Be Told with DT and Telly.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
Barbie doesn't have any genitals, and Ken has all the genitals. So, you know, I don't know, man. Again, like I said, I really laughed hysterically watching this Barbie movie.